Hey guys, so today I'm gonna start on my costuming vlog for Amano from Gunbuster. So it is currently not April, oh my god. It is currently July 6th and MetroCon is August 3rd, I think is the starting day. So I have a little bit less than a month to pull all of this together. Should be totally fine. It's a pretty easy outfit. The only things that I think are going to be annoying to me are going to be the turtleneck because I've never made a turtleneck before, but that just means I'm going to have to test it. Anyways, I'm sure I've probably already put a picture, like a reference picture up over here so you can see what she looks like, but that's what I'm about to be working on. And so, yeah, I guess thanks so much for joining me through this process. We are about to get started and get cosplaying. Okay, so I'm super lucky and I actually already have a bodysuit. This one's from American Apparel that fits me pretty well the way that I would need for Amano's to fit me. The only thing is when I actually cut this out, I'm going to extend this a little bit more, but I'm going to try it on and do all of that sort of stuff before I decide how much I want to extend this. But basically I just turned the sleeves inside out, pinned this down on my fabric, which this is just a yard of fabric that's 60 inches wide, and if I could have ordered a half yard, then I would have done that because this is clearly about twice as much as I need. But yeah, there's Bear also, by the way. But yeah, so I'm just going to cut this out and have the first part of her leotard pretty much on the way to being done. Every time I put fabric down. Every single time. They just lay on it. Look at them. Are you kidding me? I'm busy. I'm busy, boys. Clearly I'm busy. Hey guys, so I have my leotard complete. It's been a couple days since I last filmed because that's the last time that I worked on cosplay, but all I'm gonna do right now is just try and get this stripe onto this and make it look really nice and neat and not terrible. So I'm just gonna cut out my heat and bond and iron it all together and switch it back and forth and, you know, do the thing. And then top stitch it, and then hopefully it'll be on and the leotard will be pretty much done. You probably noticed that I left the top edges raw. That's just because I am covering it, you know, like in the costume there's a little sweater that goes on top, so I didn't feel the need to go in and finish this because I hate finishing stretch fabric anyways. So just the rest of it is all finished nicely and that should work out just fine. So okay, let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty, so now I've got the stripe on the leotard and the leotard is basically officially done. Now I just have to make her little over sweater, and I also have to make her like wristbands and leg warmers, which I have a pile of fabric for her over there along with her wig and other messy stuff. But yeah, Amano-san is coming along and I think she's looking great, so I'm really excited for this to happen. I'm a little bit disappointed with this like wobble in my line here because I was really careful to put it on straight, but I guess it moved around while I was ironing. But it's not too bad, it kind of mimics like the curves of a body, so I'm not terribly unhappy with it. Plus you won't see kind of the stripe from here on up, so it should be okay. Now I'm just gonna try and kind of draw out a little bit the pattern that I'm gonna be cutting out in the red on this piece of paper. What I'm gonna do is basically start tracing from the diameter of the stripe that I made, just so that it matches up like it should in the picture. That way I know that this is correct on the pattern. Okay, so that's what I got for now. You can see how it's gonna mimic, you know, her top there. So I just wanted to draw that out, so I had it all together for later. And now I'm just gonna do her arm bands and leg bands and her bow probably, so that I don't have to worry about doing the shirt tonight. I'll probably start on that one tomorrow, and I'll have everything else done, so I'll feel pretty good. Okay, so I made her little wristbands, and now I'm gonna do her leg warmers. And I'm making them the exact same way, so I'm only going to show you how I'm going to do one of them, and then you guys will know, in case you ever want to make this costume, how I got them to look exactly this sort of way. So I'm getting ready to make my leg warmers for Amano. This is basically just a rectangle I cut out that is 24 inches tall and about 12 inches wide. The stretch is also going along this way so that I can fold this over and it'll be okay to put over my feet and up my legs as a leg warmer. And I made it this tall so that it can scrunch down really well. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to see the fold is here. So what I'm going to do is sew zigzag stitches all the way around here so that I can turn it inside out. I'm going to leave a little space here. After that, I'm going to gather up both sides and scrunch it. And then I am going to turn it and then sew up the scrunch sides together so it'll look like this except all scrunched, and I will zigzag that. Then I get to turn it inside out again, pull out those straight stitches that I did when I was gathering, and I'll have a leg warmer that looks like this. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. Last thing to do until the bow, and then the shirt, and then the shoes, and then the wig. So not actually that close to the last thing to do, but nothing too hard up ahead tonight, so I'm pretty satisfied. Okay, so now I finished getting this turned inside out, and I'm just going to start gathering up the edges. I'm going to make her bow tonight, and after her bow is done, then I think I'm going to wrap it up for today, and tomorrow I will go ahead and do her little sweater. So yeah, Amano is almost done. After that, then all there's left to do is style her wig and get her shoes together, which should be pretty easy. I just need to get some like Keds or something from Walmart and do a little shoe cover something or other. It'll be super simple. So yeah, aim for the top. Okay, so I totally forgot to film any of the making of this bow, but it's really simple. It's basically just two rectangles that I put in some interfacing inside of. The bottom actually has like heavyweight sew-in interfacing, and the top has lightweight iron-in interfacing because I didn't have enough of either one to make the whole bow out with one type of interfacing, I guess. I'm like running lower than I thought I was. But anyways, it's just some interfacing in this fabric, which is also a jersey. It's the same kind that I've been using for the leotard. And basically I just took those rectangles and stacked them up and folded them up together in the middle, and then put this little band around it sewed it together in the back and then flipped it. And here I'm gonna either hand sew in a clip or just put in bobby pins into the wig so that it lays the way that I want it to. But it's really, really big, which I think will be good because her hair has got to be about 500 times bigger than what I would expect it to be, I guess, than normal human hair. So I'll show you guys what this looks like on my head, and that'll probably be a good indication because I also have a lot of fluffy hair. Yeah, so then this is what the bow would look like on my head, which you can tell that it's probably going to be proportional with a huge big blue ponytail going down my back. But yeah, so now her leg warmers, her little arm bands, and her bow is done, which means that all I have left to do is the top. Oh, that's cute. What if this was her character design? Precious. But all I have to do is her top little sweater, and that can wait until tomorrow. And I'm not completely satisfied with the leotard, so I'm debating on if I should remake it or not. We'll see what happens, you guys. I might not do it just because I'm lazy, but I might do it because I think I can do better than this. So anyways, that's where we're at. Amano's on the way. Alright, so I'm starting on Amano's wig. This is the Jenny from Arta again. I really liked it for a high ponytail wig, so I'm using it again. This time I think it's in dark blue. Yeah, dark blue. So this is what the ponytail looks like. I'm going to curl it because she has big curly hair. So I'm going to put it all in curlers, and then I'm going to pour boiling water over it, or dip it in boiling water, whichever one happens easiest. And so that's what I'm going to be up to. So I'm just separating out little sections and pretty much putting them into these big curlers on the bottom. That way I'll have a lot of volume, so when I brush it out, it'll be super fluffy. And I'm also going to tease it after I actually set the curls and everything too, so this is hopefully going to be as big and dramatic as her hair actually looks. As I go, I'm going to start doing smaller curlers towards the top so that it doesn't look so I guess, short and weird, and that way it'll blend into her hair more. So more volume in the bottom and middle is going to be a good look for her, I'm thinking. But yeah, I'm really happy with the hair color. This is the dark blue from Arta, and this is the Jenny wig again. So that's what I'm up to. So far, so good. Okay, so as you can see, I have curled the ponytail. I put everything into some curlers. It's a little bit messy, but that's going to be fine because she has more of loose waves that are really fluffy than actual curly hair. So I'm just going to go ahead and heat up some water and pour the water over this, and then let it cool down, and I'll take it out tonight, and hopefully everything will look good. Okay, so this is basically what I do when I curl my wigs. I just heat up water, so this has been boiling for a little while, and I put this on this it's actually a toilet paper stand, but it uses heat pretty well. And I just pour this water all over the curls. So I'm going to go ahead and make another pot and pour one more. And then I'll leave it here until I get home from work to cool down, and after it's cool, it should be set in its curls. Okay, so I am home from work and I'm taking out the curls. I already took out a couple of them. They have curled up pretty okay. It's like a light wave, which is fine. That's kind of what I was looking for. And it should dry and tease up to look pretty good. So I'll show you guys again once it's actually all out of the curls. Alright, so here is what the ponytail looks like. It was curled pretty lightly and mostly towards the bottom. It might have looked better if I did tighter curls all the way through, but I was kind of in a rush trying to get it done before I went in to work today. And I think once everything is dry and fluffed out, it'll still kind of give the appeal pretty nicely. And I'm also confident I can add more curls later on, so this is what's going on for right now. Okay, so now I have brushed out all of the curls. Everything is super soft and wavy, and it looks really, really nice. It's that perfect soft wave for her. And now what I'm going to do is actually tease this little ponytail that goes underneath it in order to give all of this a lot more volume. And I'm also going to do some teasing to the layers inside of this ponytail as well, so that it'll be a big, super fluffy, beautiful wig. So that's what's coming next. Okay, so I pretty much teased out the wig. I got it really big and fluffy and teased the underpart, and I'm just trying everything on, because you know how I like to try everything on. But I'm really happy. Clearly I still have to style the bangs. She needs a couple curls, and then her bangs are short and parted in the middle, so this wig is gonna work perfectly. And just like, look, the sheer volume that I got into this wig is so perfectly like good. I'm so super happy with it. And it's got just kind of like the slight waves that I associate with her that she has, so I feel like I did a really good job in getting this wig to do exactly what I needed to do. I was a little bit worried because you know, I've used it for Saint Tail, and even though the ponytail is big, Saint Tail's ponytail is sleek, so I wasn't thinking about it in terms of like being able to get this large, but I totally did it. I totally gave this wig this much volume. It's like as big as I am. It's so big. I'm so happy with it. But yeah, Amano is still coming. I still need to make her top. I'm thinking about redoing the jumps, the leotard, just because I'm not very happy with like the stitching on it, and I kind of think I can do better, and I have the materials, so I might as well just, you know, aim for the top. But I'm so excited. Amano is basically almost here, and I think I look really good as her, and I'm really excited to wear her often. Big. Hey guys, so it's Tuesday the 25th. MetroCon is actually the weekend after next. Luckily I have a lot of time to get stuff done this week and next week, so I'm not too worried, but I'm going to go ahead and get started on Amano's little sweater since I have her leotard done and her other accessories done. I just need to finish her socks, sweater, and cut her bangs, and she's good to go. So I'm not worried at all, but I'm just going to go ahead and get this done today. I have this like pattern for a basic bodice that I've made a while ago, and I'm just using that. And I'm adjusting the top to kind of do a turtleneck sort of thing. Hopefully that works out. If not, I have plenty more fabric that I can play with, so I'm really not worried at all. I'm just gonna go ahead, cut this out. I've marked the lines I'm cutting with chalk, and pin it together and try it on, see how it works. And if that works out, then I get to cut out the pattern that I made into the red and start assembling everything. So that's what I'm up to today. Alright, so I've sketched out the red designs from the pattern that I made onto the red fabric, and I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting all that out. Alright, so now all my pieces are cut out. The sleeves are over there in that corner, not spread out, looking nice. This is the top, this is going to go onto the back of the shirt, and this is the collar. So now that everything's cut out, I'm going to cut out all the red pieces again in heat and bond and iron everything into place. So that'll be fun. And I will check back with you guys again after everything is ironed on. Okay, so that's actually taken me way super longer than I could have expected, just to kind of get all the pieces cut out and bonded onto the original parts. Of course, I tried everything on before actually bonding it to make sure that it fit in the right place, and it seems good. Now I'm going to do top stitching, and after top stitching I get to actually start constructing this simple little sweatshirt that has taken me like 3 hours. I also had to like redo the collar because I cut it too short, and with the stretch the stripe ended up being way too big for the actual like stripe that it's supposed to form, so hopefully it'll look better now. And after this, the only thing I have to cut out afterwards is going to be the little like waistband, and I'll be trimming everything and making it all look good. I'm also really thinking that I'm gonna have to redo the leotard, just because I'm really not happy with the way the stitching looks on it, and I need to do the stripe a little bit differently. I'm not happy with it after all, so I'm gonna probably spend tomorrow doing that, and hopefully I can finish this up tonight. So that's where I'm at. Check in with you guys later on. Okay, so I've got everything top stitched into place. I think the circle I'm not super happy with. I actually kind of wish I had done it in a different method, but from far away it looks fine, so I can't be too mad. Next I'm gonna go ahead and gather up the sleeves, and then I'm gonna put the sleeves together and start constructing everything. So very soon this will be done. Kazumi Amano is just about here, so the costume is pretty much done. I think I am going to end up redoing the leotard. My Noriko stripe is a little bit bigger, so I'm probably going to redo it for that, and also I don't really like the way the stitching looks along these sides. You guys can't see it in the video, but I can see it, and I kind of think I want to fix it. But I made this little sweater top today, and honestly, it's so cute. I feel like this is really the look. I still also have to style the bangs, and I have to make her like shoe covers, her little shoes, so that won't take very long at all. I'll probably do both of those things on the same day. Tomorrow I think I'll redo the leotard, and then she's about ready. She's really here. So I'm really excited. Oh my gosh, aim for the top. By the way, if you guys haven't seen Gunbuster, you absolutely need to. It's only 6 episodes long. It was Hideaki Anno's like first solo project, I believe, and you would know him from being the creator of Evangelion, which everybody is obsessed with. So, I mean, Gunbuster is just as good. Robots in space, the girls wear this, like, it's good. You guys should watch it. Hey guys, so I am back. It's been like a day, probably 2 days since I filmed from working on Gunbuster actually. The last time I worked on it, I actually did remake the leotard, and I hated it. I hated the remake, so then I decided to just kind of fix the way that the stripe was looking on the first one, and I went with that. So that's the leotard I'm going to be using. But the fact that I really spent like a whole afternoon remaking something and then not liking it was just kind of devastating, so I took some time to not work on anything. Anyways, now I'm just gonna get started on the shoes for tonight, and I'll show you guys what I've done so far. So here she is. That's what she looks like. The shoes are like these weird little white flats that are just gonna be super comfy, so I'm really excited about that. What I did was just buy this like pair of white little, I don't know what these are actually called, like these slip-on white shoes from Walmart. They were literally like $5. So I picked those up the other day, and all I'm doing is I'm just going to cover them with like the white fabric I've been using, some triangles. I cut out these little paper guys. They're like 4.5 inches wide, and then this one I think is 4 inches tall, and this one's 3. And you know, they go on the outer side of the foot and on the inner side of the foot, and then there's like that red circle on top that kind of, I guess it like folds over and they snap together, but I'm probably just gonna glue everything because I'm about that lazy. So anyways, I am just gonna be cutting those pieces out and kind of sandwiching them together and turning them out and sewing them, and then I'm gonna probably just glue it all together, and it'll be hunky-dory. It'll all work out. So that should probably only take me about an hour. I'll get back to you guys to show you what they look like when they're done. I actually also reorganized my room a little bit, so I kind of reorganized this corner so I have a little bit more room and I can actually sew on a table and not on the floor, so that's a little bit exciting. Hopefully I can get a desk in here pretty soon and then actually be able to show you guys some nicer looking videos and tutorials and so on and so forth, so just bear with me please. Alright, so I just glued these on in the placement that I like. They're just glued along here and then also where the points connect. So it's got that little crisscross effect that happens in Gunbuster. Clearly it kind of looks a mess up close, but it's really fine. Like, they're shoes. It doesn't matter to me that much. They're pretty simple shoes at that, so that's that. And then I'm making the red like little circle that's gonna go here and here where I have those chalk marks. So what I'm doing for that is I'm actually just going to trace a button. I think this is like a regular like sized button. So for the circle, I'm literally just going to trace out this button from behind and cut that out. It's going to be 4 times, sandwich it together the same way I did the triangles, and then glue it on. So I will update you guys when the shoes are done. Alright, and with that, her shoes are done. I'm not actually going to put on the whole costume because I'm tired and it's been a whole certain kind of day for me, so I'm just gonna let you guys look at this. My circles are completely not perfect because I don't think it's possible to sew a perfect circle, even though I followed guidelines and everything that I drew out with a perfect circular stencil. So, oh well, that's just the kind of day today is. Anyways, now all that's left for me to do is style her bangs, and she's completely done. So, I feel fine. I will just finish her up this weekend and get everything packed and decided on, and then it's party time.